Haha! It's time for yoga. Let's find a comfortable seat. And we'll start with a bow. All right, now let's just take our hands and squeeze our heads. Just adding some pressure to the sides. Don't squeeze too hard, but I think you're not gonna pop. Just a nice amount of pressure right on the side of the head. And then let's do it the opposite way. Kind of squish the face and the back of the head together. Whoa, weird. It's like this whole big heavy ball. And now let's just take our fingers or any little massagey tools that you might have and just give your head a good squeezing. And there's like little parts, at least on my head, where I kind of feel like, oh, there's like a little bit of held tension. And just move the skin a little bit around. You can kind of feel it kind of mush and peel away. And then it feels really good. It's like taking off. I wear contacts, so when I take my contacts off for the night, it's like, wow, that feels really good. It kind of feels like that, or like anybody who wears a bra might relate to taking off a bra at the end of the day, and that feels really good. These are technical yoga terms, by the way. Taking off your bra scalp. No, that doesn't work.
I like the attempt. I was
Only metaphors that are strange will come out of my mouth today, apparently. But here we go. We're going with it. Just feeling that sensation. Maybe it's like taking off stockings or something, just moving the skin right away from the skull. So tight, but it feels so good. And now let's just do the forehead. Just mush the forehead skin around. Oh, it's so tight. There's so much to think about. The head just wants to squeeze itself together. Are we breathing? I wasn't for a second, so that's just a reminder for all of us who like to hold our breath. Now that our hair is sufficiently wild and our faces look redder, let's just add a red nose to this. So rubbing the sides of the nose, getting into those sinus areas. Oh, it's so tender. And just freestyle it. You can go towards wherever it feels good on your face. We'll get the jaw all along the edges of the mouth. All the little tight spots in the chin. Give them a little squeeze. Ooh, so tender. And just following your intuition and the feeling of relief. Just going towards where it feels particularly tight for you. Maybe spending some time just with pressure, or maybe wiggling your fingers around. My chin feels particularly tight for me today, so I'm just kind of pressing on the chin, lining the jaw. What's going on with the cheeks? Taking off our bras on our face. Sorry, I even made it up.
I'm gonna have my sister illustrate like what that looks like. It's gonna be great.
Oh my gosh.
Like a little bra on the nose that covers like each nostril.
Feels so good. Take that off at the end of the day. Oh my gosh. But it's real. It's definitely real. All right, now we can just let that go. Maybe just give the face a couple little strokes with the fingers very lightly. It's like we're just cleansing our auras. The superficial layer of skin, this surface area, just lightly dripping down, swiping away all of that external energy that's just on the surface. And you can stroke the back of the head too. Just wisp it all, wisp it away. Great. So now let's start kind of simple in a butterfly, just to kind of warm up the leggies. So we'll come with feet together. And you can place anything on top of your feet or under your feet if you want a little bit more sensation. That could feel really good. And we'll just layer by layer come down. And just let the face continue to be soft. Maybe flutter the lips just so it keeps that gentle feeling of release. Sinking into this butterfly pose. Imagine that there are tiny little butterflies and their wings are fluttering and grazing over all the parts of your body that are tight. And with each little butterfly kiss, the tension starts to dissolve. If you want something to do with your hands, you could bring them out in front of you, or you could even wrap your arms behind your back. Try that out. See what that's like today. Nothing crazy, nothing forceful, but maybe you just put your arm somewhere that you don't normally. Sinking into the silence. And gently just coaxing the spine back into a vertical position, floating back up. No big deal. And we'll do a fun little transition now. So just come on to all fours, tabletop position. We'll just take the right leg and tuck it behind the left leg, kind of widen the feet a tiny bit, and then sit back. And now we're in shoelace. Isn't that fun? I didn't come up with it.
Fancy.
I learned this and I was like, wow, that's cool. So yeah, now we're in shoelace, and you can always adjust once you get in there. Add any cushion in between the legs or underneath the hips. And then this is completely optional, but we can add some arms to this now. So we'll start by putting the left arm behind the back, bending the elbow, and then the back of the hand is on the back part of your body. And if you want to try to help that elbow to come a little bit closer, you could use your right hand to do so, but we're not trying to force things here. And then we'll take the right hand and place the palm behind us. Maybe the fingertips touch, but again, we don't have to force it. We can just kind of find them and find an edge or sensation that works. And so this is enough right here. And this is great if you want to just chill out here for a couple minutes. Or you can kind of fold forward, experience that sensation in the arms and in the hips. And if the fingertips fall apart, like not fall apart, but move away from each other when you're bending over, that's okay too. You could always grab onto your shirt or ponytail, or if you've got a sock nearby and you want to put it in between the hands, that's cool. But mostly we're just having some bent elbows and a nice little forward fold. Doesn't have to be cushionless. You could always add padding underneath your nose. Maybe you feel a little bit of heat here, some warmth. Just the body's way of saying, oh, we're compressing, we're adding good stress. There's something churning inside. Releasing the muscles of the face. Letting out any air that might be stuck. Keep the belly soft. Just a little bit longer like this. If you're folded forward, you can come back to vertical. And first, we'll unwind the arms. You can use your hands to kind of help yourself out of it. Ooh, feeling the tingly tightness. And then we'll just use our hands again to help uncross. What did we have on top? The left was on top. I'm going to have to think about that when we get back in. Fancy moves call for more brain activity that I don't necessarily have today. But we'll just come into a dragonfly now to counter that. Bending forward in this wide-legged stance. Let the head and neck go. Go only as far as you feel comfortable. Let's actually take the arms behind us now. We can take a little stretch, clasping the hands behind us and just moving them upwards in the opposite direction of the torso. Just for a little extra something something there. And we'll come back to that one. So you can let your arms go. You can let your legs just kind of shake out a little bit. And now we'll take round 2 of this fancy transition. Starting in tabletop, and now we'll cross the left behind the right and sit back. Yeah. Let your feet come out a little bit, or you can snuggle them in a little bit closer. And now we'll take the right arm. This is now the back of the hand on the back. And maybe this is just good like this. You don't have to add the other arm, but if you want to complete it, go for it. Trying to touch your fingertips. Get a good sensation going here. Start to absorb it. And if you feel called to, you can start to fold forward. The hands can separate. And we'll just concentrate on the breath. My teacher Kelly likes to ask, where does the breath end and the body begin? It's an interesting little meditation to just feel the body creating breath, the breath filling the body. There's no real stopping point. I mean, there must be, but what do you feel? Just a few more breaths like this. And if you're folded over, you can start to make your way back up. Very gently undo the bind of the arms. And then give it a little twist, rotation around the shoulder joint. And then just press your hands back behind you. Unbend the legs and give yourself a little bit of a windshield wiper. Back and forth. And now, as promised, we will return to our dragonfly. Let's just start with wide legs, straight spine. And then just slide your hands down towards the feet. You don't have to hold on to the feet, but just get them somewhere near there. And then fold a little bit deeper, perhaps, without forcing or pulling. Just kind of naturally let gravity bring you closer to the earth. And if you want to take that arm stretch again, you can interlace your fingers, maybe a different way with the thumb, different thumb on top. Give your back a little stretch, shoulders a little stretch. Where does the breath end and the body begin? Won't be here for much longer, but just seeing what the gravity does with time. Oh, now we'll just come back up. Just go straight onto your back. Just lie down. Whew. Feeling the floor. After all those forward folds, the back must be relieved. And even though we kind of just did the same thing with our arms while we were upright, we'll take a broken wing here just to get that compression in the arms. And now they're a little bit more warmed up, so maybe we can go a little bit deeper, but we're not going to force it. We'll just see what's there. So let's take the left hand to start, the back of the hand and the back. Then just lie down onto your hand. And you can move it up and down according to how much sensation you want. The higher up it is, the more sensation you'll get down that arm. And so for me, when I get into this, I instantly notice how my shoulder wants to come up. It wants to like rise up and continue to hold on for dear life. See if you can just kind of relax the shoulder down. See if there's any unnecessary pulling here. And just give your weight to the floor. Make sure we're breathing. If you want to revisit butterfly legs, if you feel like that's something that you would like to add, you're welcome to bring your feet together and splay your knees out. Make it a full body experience, but you could also just concentrate on the arms. And we'll be here for a little bit, just soaking it in. Just noticing any stories, plans, memories that are just showing up right now. And maybe changing it up a little bit, bringing it back to the breath, bringing your awareness back to this moment, to this experience. Giving your weight to the floor, arriving in the body, in your body. Take a big, deep breath. So nice, so fresh, so free. At least the air is still free, kind of. And then to get out of this, just kind of roll over to your right, undo the arm, any way that you feel would be helpful to get out of that, to free that arm. And I learned a new word. It's pandiculate, and that is the act of stretching or upon waking. So like that yawning kind of stretch is actually called pandiculation. Pandiculation. So let's pandiculate.
That's a fun word then.
Right?
Really I love that kind of stretch.
Right? We can just do it up. That big open stretch. That first stretch of the day, just like every cat in the world that wakes up and is like, oh, I need to stretch everything out. Pandiculate. Pandiculate. Whew. Feels so free. We could just do a whole class of just doing this. It just feels so good. But there's another arm, so we're gonna do that one first. So we can just get that hand, the right hand behind the back, and then just bring your palm to the floor and arrive once more. Just noticing any subtle energy, little tingles here and there, the feeling of the breath moving, the ribs. Any gurgling in the belly, blood flow. Remember to release that shoulder down, it feels like it's just working its way back up to the ear. And again, if you wanted to take Baddha Konasana, butterfly legs, that could be cool here. Whenever the mind starts to travel away, gently bring it back. Just a gentle training of the mind without berating ourselves or beating ourselves up about it. Just like, oh, there it goes again. Let's come back again to the breath. The breath can always be an anchor. Wherever you go, wherever you are, it's a wonderful, handy tool. So many talkative birds outside my window today. It's really nice to just listen to. So perhaps also engaging in our hearing or listening, just picking up on different sounds. Maybe even that little ringing in the ears that's always there. The sound of the air. Just different layers of sound, also always available if you can hear. If hearing is available, then you've got lots of different meditations to work with. Very good. So we'll just take a couple more breaths here. And then you can just slide your arm out or roll over to one side and help it get out. And we'll pandiculate again because it feels so nice. Just stretching any which way. Maybe it would feel nice to grab opposite shoulders and just kind of pull them apart a little bit, making some space behind the scapulas. Reaching the arms up. The sound is part of it. The sound makes it feel even better. Any way you want to move and let out a big screech. little cracks and pops maybe, but taking care not to overdo it. You don't want to pull anything. But also, you have the freedom to move any which way. And now, secret surprise ending is the toe stretch. Usually I do that first, but today we'll do it right at the end. So
woohoo!
So let's just start by landing on our knees, helping the baby toes underneath us. If you want to put a block underneath your seat, maybe that'll help with the height, add a little bit of a different kind of sensation. And we're off, feeling our feelings. Just watching the sensation and giving it some space to be what it is. Just noticing any tendencies or stories that automatically emerge in this position, opinions about it. And I have another teacher, her name is Sasha, and she recently said, the senses don't have opinions. And I don't think she made that up. I think that might be just a thing people say. But I'm saying it now too, because the senses are just senses. It's the mind that creates the opinion. So, can we sense this sensation without labeling it good, bad, hurt, strange, uncomfortable? Let's just throw those away for now. We're just experiencing what happens when we stretch our toes. Putting some space around the experience. We've been here for a little while, so we can keep at it just for a little bit longer. It helps to smile here, relieves some of the pressure. Can we do it for a few more breaths? I think that's good enough. We can start to fold forward, bring the toes up and out, give them a little shaky shake. Another technical term. I'm just full of them today. Shaky shake the legs. And now we'll get to the tops of the feet. So coming back onto the feet and then just tipping backwards. You can catch yourself on your hands, getting that nice ankle stretch. Holy cow. It's all the heels, heeled shoes, man. They make this really tight, but it's fashion. At least we have things to counter that. There I go with my opinions right off the start. But now we can consciously choose to sense. Non-judgment, non-reactive. It's a training. That's why we practice. Okay, letting that go now. Shaky shake the feet. And now we can settle into our Shavasana. And you can feel more than welcome to throw your legs up onto a couch or up a wall. That could feel really good right now. You don't have to do a traditional Shavasana. You can add any amount of support underneath you. You could do a fish. You could curl up in a little ball. And we're just releasing everything, starting fresh again, coming back to the breath, absorbing this moment. Soft face, soft throat. Unclenched belly. And there's no rush to leave whatever position you're in. Welcome to chill out there. And I will close with our dedication to all beings. May the merits of our practice be of benefit to all beings. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at peace. And from wherever you are, you can join me with a mental or physical vow. Thank you.
Thanks, Sadie.
You're welcome.
That was good. I got the little workouts I needed.
Wonderful.
Body feels happy now.
Yay.